What's up, everybody? Here we are again. Thank you for joining us, Breaking Bread, the podcast. I'd like to introduce my amazing co-host, Chef Jay-Z. Thank you, sir. Like always, he's an amazing inspiration to me, and it's an honor to have him on my show. I'd like to introduce my friend Alex. He's our chef today. He's going to be showing us a little something. What you got going on, Alex?
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a pasta, linguine pasta with red wine sauce and mussels.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, my boy, you're getting kind of groovy with it. Let us know, where did this plate come from? Like, I've never made this myself. Chef Jay-Z, have you made this plate before?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
But again, everybody's different. So I'm really
Ready.
I can't wait. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't wait to see his twist on it.
Let's hear where this dish came from, man, and school is down.
Yeah, so pretty much when I was 17, I got into some trouble, like some home family trouble. Like I got into it with my brother, like really bad. That and I had to go to. I went to juvie, and then they quartered me for 8 months to juvenile hall. They quartered me to placement.
Uh-huh.
It's called the Boys Republic.
Boys Republic.
Yeah.
Public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
That's in Chino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chino Hills. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there was like a lot of educational stuff, like to keep us grounded, to keep us learning more and stuff.
Was it like a lockdown facility? Like
No.
Or no?
No.
What's up? It sounds like you know a little bit about it.
Yeah, actually, I was there for 2.5 years at Bush Republic, and for me, it was a good experience because you get an option to work, you get to go to school, you get to be part of different activities.
Really?
There. Yeah, it's a community.
Right
it's
on.
A community.
Right
All
on.
boys.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you were there at what age, Chef?
I was there. I was probably 17 years old. Yeah.
Because same thing, you got into a little bit of something.
Little something.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So,
tell us a little more, Alex.
That's amazing. I never heard of this.
Tell us how that program helped you.
Yeah, so it really helped me open my eyes up to that there's other options, especially as a man, like to be, that there's different working fields and different things
right.
like that. So there was I learned culinary arts.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a program for that, and this is like one of the things I was like, wow, like I could put something together, and it made me feel really good at the end, like to be able to make something with my hands and
That's right.
something beautiful, and yeah, so.
And what about I hate to cut you off, but this is my favorite part about cooking. What about how do you feel when you serve it to somebody and you watch them eat it and they're making oh, that's so good? Does that make you feel a little bit good?
It feels awesome because it's you get to hear feedback this is, and then also it's comforting too, especially when you're at home with the family,
Sure.
or family or friends, to
Break bread together, bring everybody together.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right, Alex. You know what, man? I'm excited for this plate because I love Italian food, man, and linguine is one of my favorites. So I'm excited to get it started. What are we going to start with?
I say we get right into it.
Yeah. Let us know how we can help you, Chef, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you and ultimately break bread with you. So let's do this.
Man, Alex, I just want to say, man, it's an amazing dish. Your story. But for our viewers, people watching at home, let us know a little bit about you, a little bit more about you. You mentioned Boys Republic earlier. I'm familiar with that location. How did that help you? How did that change your life?
That helped me a lot because they gave me the tools and to see what I could do next. That there's not there. I'm never gonna be just alone without anything to do. I could always do something productive and do something that I learned.
You're not just taking up space.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
But when you say something for me to do next, did you already have something in mind of what you wanted to do next, or was that something that the program provided to you and gave you the tools to get to that step?
That's
Both. Yeah. The program they definitely helped me to see more clearly that there is more options and to think about the next chapter of my life because before I didn't have the capacity to think about the next day. There was days I just I didn't want to
You wanted to give up.
Yeah,
You
I
wanted
wanted to give up.
You
Yeah,
weren't motivated.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
just waking up like, you made it another day.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
right.
Also, like some days where I feel like it was hard, and
But let me so when you mentioned chef, did he already have an idea going into the program, right? So my question to you is, did you already have that cooking itch when you were younger before going into the program? So when you got into the program and they had an opportunity to go further in the kitchen, that's when you took that, or did you get that itch while you're in the program? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you cook with your mom? Like, was there a little bit of a cooking background
Like
prior?
growing up.
So my mom, she was a single mother, so she would always make sure there was like food every day. Even if there was only like 20 minutes to cook, she'll make something really quick before going to work.
Sure.
And that meant a lot, and I was always like
what was your favorite thing that she cooked during those times?
So she knows how to make a seafood like what is it like marisco like soup,
Okay.
and then also she
Like a
also
siete mares soup?
yeah, and also like
Are you guys from somewhere that's that you guys eat a lot of mariscos, or you guys just
my dad's side. So
okay.
I don't know.
Where are you guys from?
My dad's from Nayarit. So
man, that's
mariscos.
Fresh
Yeah.
seafood, fresh
That's
seafood.
the epicenter of the pescado zarandeado.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't mean to cut you off,
my
but
bad.
let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Boys Republic.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to be part of that program, and I can honestly say that it helped me out a lot.
It
helped me out a lot just because of different opportunities that were there for you. If you go into that place and you don't want to take the opportunities, obviously it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like you took those opportunities. What were some of those opportunities that you took, and how did you go about, taking them and running with it, and to where you're at now?
Yeah. So I wasn't really strong in school. So when I saw that there was other stuff like that auto shop and stuff like that,
Like
I was
hands-on stuff.
yeah, hands-on stuff. I was
That's
like, wow,
pretty
there's other stuff, not just like college. Like I always wanted to do school, but it just was hard. But when I saw that there was like cooking and like stuff like that, I was like, wow, there's definitely a lot of options.
That's right.
Even if
just
I
gotta
don't
find them, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it helped me a lot, just like finding different things I could do, because if not, like my I was diagnosed with anxiety. So if not, like my anxiety will go crazy. Like I just felt like uncomfortable. Like I'm not meant for anything.
You needed to stay busy.
Yeah,
that's right. And that's the key. Staying busy. Like a lot of people don't understand that. Sometimes depression and anxiety and other mental illnesses really like take flight when you don't have nothing to do and all you have is an empty mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart of you to realize that, because that could mean why he's here now, like why he's doing so good today, is because you realized that downtimes are bad times.
Exactly.
That goes for me too. Like if I don't have nothing to do, if I'm
it's a
bored,
lot of free time. It's a lot of free time.
Boom, depression hits, anxiety hits, bad thoughts hit. You know what I mean? Thoughts of going back to the hood hit. Like that's good, and I commend you for grasping that, bro, and really taking that, because that's
so
that's big time.
So Alex, I want to say, obviously you finished the program, you graduated the program, and obviously you were let back out to society. And what are you doing now?
Yeah, what'd you take from it?
I took one of the things is that that I'm not alone. Like there's other people that were there
Sure.
like with different struggles. So one of the things I took was like I need to keep going for me, and today I'm still doing that. I'm still like finding different outlets I could do so that I don't get into trouble, and so I don't like fall back into depression or build up too much anxiety.
That's right.
So that's where it helped me. I still if I feel like there's nothing I'm doing, I'll go home, cook up a dish, feel 10 times better. That I was able to focus into something, do something positive, and break bread with my family.
That's right.
Good. That's good. I remember when I was part of that program. I remember daily we would have groups. like group sessions, like therapy sessions where we could speak out,
Yeah.
and tell other peer members of what's going on in your life, and how could you get through that? Did you have to go through that, like group sessions with other people, and how did you open up, and how did you
That's hard.
express yourself? Because that is hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That is hard if you're not used to that.
That's real hard.
That's true. Actually, yeah, you're right. At that age, I did begin to open up more and see that was like a healthy outlet. And sometimes,
You're letting it out.
I think that's the key of getting over hard times is knowing that you have
Speaking
people
about it.
yeah,
Exactly,
knowing
yeah.
that there's people in the same struggle.
And exactly, because
Yeah.
other people you might not know, other people could relate. Other
Yeah.
people might be going through what you're going through.
Or you know what I learned too, because I was in a program similar like that. I did 2 years in a mental facility at 10 years old, and group sessions. I
sessions,
forgot all
yeah.
about that until you just said that
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
because group sessions for like the first few months is hard. Like you're just sitting there.
You don't
man.
want to open up. You don't want to open up.
Yeah, you don't want to talk. You just
know?
hear everybody else's stuff. So the crazy thing is, what I remember as a kid going through group sessions is you're looking at the dude next to you, and you would never imagine
Yeah.
the struggles
yeah.
or the
Oh, yeah.
and you know what I'm saying. And when those group sessions would come and we would talk about stuff, I would think like, and that's when I realized like, man, I'm not crazy. I just need a hug.
Yeah, well, you
know
think
what I'm saying?
through that you think, okay, man, I got it bad.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing some of the other stories of your peers, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The sun got a little brighter
And
all of a
and
sudden.
that does help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
does
does help
help.
a lot.
Opening up and talking, and I mean, you working in the kitchen crew and creating these dishes, it's all. I mean, at least for me, it's all therapy.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Of
So
course.
we really want to commend you on how you started, when you went to the program, where you're at now, and I mean, just keep pushing, man.
Yep.
Keep pushing, keep opening up, keep talking to people. Well, you're gonna have bad days. You can always pick up the phone, call George, call myself.
Yep.
You know we're gonna be there for you, but I mean, good
Yeah,
job, man. Good job.
I commend you to the fullest, bro. And it's always a little refreshing when we have someone to talk to that has
Absolutely.
realized the better ways in life. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, not everybody
relate.
has realized that yet. But
Yeah.
Alex, you're on the right road, bro. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
keep pushing, bro. Heck yeah. What's next, chef?
Well, I mean, we gotta break bread now.
That's right.
I'm
It's
ready
time
to
to break
taste it.
bread. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Man, this I gotta say, Alex. I think from all the episodes that we've had, this is probably like the most artistic plate. And that being said, bro, man, thank you.
Thank
Looks
you.
so good.
Yeah.
Very,
Can't
very,
wait for
very
this.
creative.
Heck yeah.
I cannot wait to dig in and
I'm
taste the
not
different
waiting.
flavors and let's do it.
Yeah, ain't nothing to but to do it.
I mean, the pasta's perfectly cooked. That's one thing. You don't want to get it too mushy. You want it to be al dente.
Yeah,
And this pasta for sure is al dente. I'm tasting the red wine. I'm tasting the Parmesan cheese. I'm tasting the garlic, the tomatoes. Everything's coming together on that one bite.
yeah.
And that's what you want. You know? Alex,
I gotta say, this is probably the first time that I have linguine with mussels.
I want to say, Alex, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. I want to say that you perfectly executed this dish.
That's right.
Thank you.
Honestly, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty
you
fire.
might think, okay, it's a simple dish, pasta. How hard can it be? No, there's time and there's effort that goes into this, and just to, like I said,
Ultimately,
just
if
tasting
you
it.
enjoy what you're doing, you're gonna feel it in the food that you make, right? So, like they say, like if you're having a bad day or you're mad while you're cooking, your food comes out a little bit more spicy, you know. And I think this one, bro, this shows the
Let me get one of these mussels.
yeah, that's fire. This shows like the art behind your creation.
Oh yeah.
Pretty fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, amazing dish, Alex. Again, you executed it perfectly. I wanted to know a little bit more about what this dish means to you. why did you choose this dish? First of all, you could have made anything today, but why is this dish important to you?
Yeah, so it came to me in a bad time in my life, or in a time where I was feeling a little hopeless. So when when I was able to make this with my teacher and my classmates and Boys Republic, I was able to get a little light, like a little there was more hope, and I was able to to see like, wow, I could do this at home. I could do this.
say
I
the
could do
cut
stuff
real
like
quick.
this in the future where I'm gonna be creative and do a little more. Like
So is this is a dish that you learned at Boys Republic?
yes,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Wow.
Thank you for learning this one, because this one's pretty fire.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I want to say again, I mean, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I was part of that Boys Republic program, and it did a lot for me. I was not fortunate to be part of the kitchen crew, which I know you mentioned earlier. You were part of the kitchen crew, and it's. I think there's something lacking right now with programs that offer these type of culinary classes or whatever the case may be, but it looks like you took advantage of that class and you pretty much mastered this dish. But can we go back a little bit? Alex? What got you to Boys Republic? And I know you mentioned earlier you having a fallout with your brother. you know if the viewers are watching at home, could you talk a little bit more about that, and how did that start and where you're at now?
yeah. So growing up, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was safe, like home or outside. So it was like building up a lot of tension, and so when I was 17, me and my brother got into it after like I kept telling my mom like, hey, I don't feel comfortable at home. I feel like this is really like I don't feel comfortable at home or at school. There's like I feel like really
Because your brother was there, or because
yeah, because my brother was like I had to go home to my brother, and then like at the time he was going through drug addiction.
oh okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
that was a lot of like
It was just you weren't comfortable
I wasn't
around
comfortable
him.
being around him, and
It's just an older brother.
yeah, older brother. He's 7 years older. So at the time, he was about 24, and I was like 17, and yeah, so there was that like that discomfort of like I don't know where to go, I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what to do, and that created a lot of tension. So like at that time, I was going through a lot of like feel emotions like depression. I had just gotten robbed at gunpoint too, like because yeah, I just gotten robbed at gunpoint. They were trying to like take my stuff. So
You're
that like
going through a
really
lot of pressure at the time.
yeah. So that really like got me on edge, and when there was like that stuff at home, I felt a little more like I have to get out somehow.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's either
You
like
were a ticking time bomb.
yeah, exactly. So I was actually gonna like go looking for that guy that robbed me, and and instead I had let it all out on my brother, and that's what caused me to get court ordered to go to jail and to
That's right.
Boys Republic, and yeah, luckily it was a great program and it helped me out. Um,
Yeah, sometimes we need a little wake up call. You know what I mean? I know the feeling, bro. I've been in those positions to where you're just a ticking time bomb, and it's just unfortunate that someone catches the short end of
yeah,
that stick,
Yeah.
and catches the wrath. But again, bro, I am so glad that you have found the way, right? I'm so glad that you changed. I'm glad that you, first of all, notice that you have a little bit of an issue with
hmm
depression and stuff like that, because sometimes, and the kids that are watching, I mean, some adults don't even know that they have
Yeah.
depression or any type of mental illness. They just think they're going crazy,
But I think again, one thing that's important, and people that are watching at home, is that okay, you say you're 25 years old, but this is something that continues. It's a
yeah,
continuous progress that you have to keep working
Yeah.
on as you get older and older. It's not like okay, I'm fixed, everything's good. No, it's something that you have to continue to work on, and it looks like, I mean, you're doing that. You know, let's go back a little bit to your brother. You know, you said you had an altercation with your brother. You ended up in jail. Where's your brother now? Do you have a relationship with your brother? Do you guys still communicate?
Yeah, so fortunately me and my brother rekindled like a
That's
couple
right.
of years ago, yeah. So and then we started hanging out
So
and
a couple years ago.
yeah,
It
a
took
couple
a
of years
while.
ago. Yeah, it
Took
took
a
a
while. So
yeah,
you
I
didn't
think it was
talk to him
about
at all.
yeah,
You
it was about
didn't.
like about 6 years that like we didn't talk, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That's cool, man. That's hard to do. You know, at the end of the day, it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard for us to swallow the pride and the ego and just make it cool again. You know, like
Yeah.
especially with your brother, bro. Like,
Yeah.
But do you think, like, because you went through the program, now maybe you're in a position where you could give your brother advice, or sit down and say, you know, let's talk about this, or let's talk about that, or it's just your brother's not, you know, wanting to get with the program or anything like that, or is your brother doing good?
He's doing very well. Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
Good,
and
good, good.
he's yeah, has a really good construction job. Like he's
Okay.
getting prevailing wage, so that's like really
Nice.
like, yeah, top tier. Yeah, so he's doing good. Yeah, luckily like he like we have different different ways of life. Like he likes to like he's making that big amount of money, and then for me I'm trying to. More on like the like as long as I'm doing something like that I
You're
could
just
see.
trying to stay busy.
Yeah, staying busy,
Gotcha.
see something that could pay off, hopefully. But yeah, I've been in a more positive mindset, and trying. Yeah, like you said, like it doesn't stop. Like trying to go,
yeah, never
yeah, do
stop.
it
Trying to
every
push,
day.
keep
Never
pushing
stops.
forward.
Yeah.
That's
Never
hard to
stops,
do.
Alex.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Because you might be having a good day today, and tomorrow it's just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, I want to give up. I want to give up. But then you have to think about those times that, you know, you were in the program, and, you know, the therapy sessions and the counseling and all that.
The hard work that you
That's
went
what
through.
that's what you use to keep pushing forward.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said earlier, you know, you know how to get a hold of George. You know how to get a hold of me. If you know you're going through one of those days and you need somebody to talk to, please feel free to pick up the phone and call us.
Yep.
And you know what I mean?
Or right here, or
We'll
even if
go-
you need a little
yeah,
quick.
we'll go pick you up, and you know what I mean. We'll go to a movie or something. You know what I mean? Just to get your mind off of things. But
Heck yeah.
I just want to go back to this dish. I mean, amazing job.
Or you could call one of us for a little recipe to get something cracking in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what we
like
do.
to. I don't like to give out too much of my recipes, but for
No, I
Alex,
get you.
I think I want to make an exception.
That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
right,
Thank you.
Alex.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Heck
No,
yeah.
again,
Thank you.
again, amazing job. Very well
As you can
executed.
see,
Very well
I killed it.
executed. Yeah, it looks like you didn't like it at all.
I'm about to get
George.
seconds actually.
Yeah.
But if you could give the audience something to say, or can you give the audience like some word of motivation? Maybe someone out there is going
Yeah.
through some rough times, or maybe they got a little beef with their brother, you
Yeah.
know, and they don't really know how to put out the fire, so to speak.
A young man or a young girl going through something similar to you, what could you say to them to keep them pushing?
Yeah. Just
know.
let them know right here. Let them know. And again, man, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I would say big word of advice is like every day you're gonna go through like feeling hopeless, and the main key is to find like purpose and
That's
you know,
right.
like something you create, or something you could just burn that energy off, like run or something, or like I would say that like just keep yourself busy,
That's
keep
right.
yourself busy, and there's always gonna be bad days, but if if you set your mind right, then you're gonna see that at the end of the day you can work to have better days and
That's right.
and feel
And things come
and thrive.
together.
Yeah.
That's right.
So one more thing before we cut. Alex, what are you doing now? Like, are you working? Are you going to school? What's your not your goal for the future, but what
Yeah,
are
what's
you
up with
doing
Alex
to
today?
lead to that goal?
Yeah, so I've been I'm a family man, so I have two kids. I have
Okay.
a 5-year-old daughter and
Oh,
a
okay.
1-year-old son. So they're my purpose.
Right
So every day, I'm looking for ways to either, support them or be with them or, set a good example to them.
Nice. Or feed them.
Exactly. Feed them. Yeah.
Food on the
Okay.
table. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Alex, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself, having, making money in my own business, some way, my own business, still being a family man, setting a good example for my kids.
That's right.
Good deal.
Yeah, and I definitely I want to have some type of education in architecture. I want to study architecture. Yeah.
Nice.
Deal. Something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey,
That's right.
I commend you, man.
Thank you.
Good
Appreciate
job,
you.
man. Keep up
Yeah.
your
Good job,
work.
Alex. Proud of you, man. And
Thank you.
like Chef Jay-Z said, bro, if there's any way we can ever help you to get ahead
up
in
that
life,
phone.
let us know.
Pick up that
Thank you.
phone.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys. And thank
Yeah.
you for being with us. Breaking Bread, the podcast. Our great guest, Alex, my co-host, Chef Jay-Z. We really appreciate you guys joining us. Stay tuned for the next one.